Elliott's here to tell us all things about apps. The master of apps. How important is it for Apple?
Well, it's not just been important from Apple. I mean, look, what they traditionally did was they would take an existing product and they would just make it better, more beautiful, more just a better user experience, and they would make more money that way. But when it came to apps, as they've become universally known now, I mean, they really just created something from scratch. And if you look at the figures, they're quite mind-boggling, because we really do now live on a planet of the apps. We've got, what, 40 billion downloads for Apple. We've got 25 billion for Google, its main rival. Everyone from Amazon to Microsoft to even on your Wii, on your game consoles at home, you've got apps that you can use. And I've worked it out, not very hard to work out. There's about at least 65 billion apps, there's about 7 billion people on the planet, there's at least 10 apps per person now. Now, Apple actually lumps app sales, the money that it makes from apps, along with what it describes as software services and other sales. So it doesn't actually break them down specifically.
Do we have an idea of how much they're making from it?
They've said that they've paid developers $7 billion from apps, and Apple takes a 30% cut. So I'm sure even you can do the math just like that. That means that Apple must have made around about $3 billion from app downloads. But it's facing tougher and tougher competition. They've got 775 million apps in their app store now, and 775,000.
Oh, a million! I thought, gosh, that's a lot. Thousand, yeah.
But they reckon that Google's Android, Google Play, may be the first one to hit 1 million actual different apps on their store.
Who's benefiting? Which European companies?
Well, you know, we've seen again just a whole new economy just emerge out of this, and one of the biggest beneficiaries has been the home of the previous king of mobile phones, and that is Finland, with Rovio, which is the games maker behind Angry Birds. Now, I did try downloading it once, didn't quite understand what was going on and just left it. But when Apple released a kind of top app downloads in 2012, Angry Birds was number 1. Do you know what number 2 was?
I do, because I've got it written in front of me. Doodle Jump, of which I haven't got a clue what that is.
Either. Fruit Ninja, and then Angry Birds Seasons.
Can someone tell us what Doodle Jump is?
I can't tell you right now. I think it might be a little kind of flying game.
I don't even know what Angry Birds is. I'm that far behind things.
One of our producers here, Rob, his son's a big fan of Angry Birds Star Wars, apparently.
Ooh.
Personally, my favourites are the Scrabble one and the one that tells me what time the Sabbath begins on a Friday, the Shabbat Shalom app. Definitely one that you won't be needing anytime soon.
No. My favourite one is one called Photo Transfer, which can transfer...
That's very boring.
Yeah, no. I only have about 4 apps, which can transfer videos via Wi-Fi from your iPhone to your iPad.
You are so excited.
Because otherwise you've got to do it via your PC. It takes away so much time. The Photo Transfer app.
The biggest benefit is that it keeps millions of children around the world quiet and calm because they love them.